Hey, what's up everyone? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Adidas Adios Pro. What's up everyone and welcome back to Fordy Runs. Now if this is your first time around here, I want you to smash that pink button down there that says subscribe on it. Go to our Facebook page and join the Fordy Runs running community and check out the descriptions. Loads of cool things down there, people. Loads of cool things, including a link to where you can't buy these because Adidas have been drip feeding us this shoe, the Adios Pro. Now in this video we're going to find out if it's any good or it's absolute Right guys, so the Adios Pro. Now I'm not a massive Adidas fan. If you're new to the channel, I keep trying them and I don't get on very well with them. But it's just something about them that just doesn't work for me. Now that's not saying that Adidas shoes are terrible because actually they're pretty awesome. But again, like I think I did a video the other week, they're just shoes, some shoes out there that don't work for you. And Adidas, unfortunately, even though I keep trying, don't work for me. But I wanted to get this mainly to stop you guys from keep messaging me about trying it. It's like peer pressure now from you people, which I kind of like in a secret way. So thank you to everybody who does message me on Instagram and stuff like that about shoes and things like that. I really do appreciate it. And if you're not following Fordy Runs on Instagram, go over to @Fordy_Runs. Anyway, so what do you think firstly about how it looks? I think the colorway is awesome. I would do, it's pink. I'm kind of getting bored of all the manufacturers coming out with white shoes at the moment. Alphafly's just dropped in white. Obviously you had the Tempo, which was in white. You've got the Sauconu, which is in white. You've got the Meta Racer that's soon going to be coming out in white. Luckily, the New Balance didn't, which was a bit of a result. What else? I'm just trying to think of some of the other hyper shoes. Oh, the Brooks. That's grey, but it's basically white. And what that means for me, down the Canal Towpath, they're getting destroyed. Speed, look at these, look. Look at the state of them. Can you stop? I know they're now in black, right? But can you stop releasing them in white, please? Just for me. Because I then have to clean them up to show you guys, because otherwise you'll go, it's disgusting. Right, anyway. So we totally went off topic. So let's get into some of the stats and some of the features of this shoe before I tell you if it's any good or if it's absolute, you know, like I said at the start. So firstly, the price, which I think is one of the big positives, is £170 this shoe, which I think is awesome for a carbon plated shoe. £170. So we've got the energy rods in this shoe. Now these are the carbon infused rods designed to deliver and I'm going to say this absolutely wrong, anatomically driven transition that limits energy loss. I think I got away with that. There's a carbon plate in the heel, and you've got the Celamesh engineered upper, which comes over from the Pro. You've got the light strike cushioning for a fast, snappy feel. It weighs 225 grams. It's got an 8.5 mil drop, which is funny because you don't really see 0.5 drop. So it's 35 in the heel and 26.5 at the front. I would say it's got a regular fit. It's quite not loose, but there's room in there. I think I said it in the Pro video with the Celamesh. It's quite a loose upper, and you've got loads of holes down here that you can really tighten them up. So that's one of the big positives. The uppers I kind of like actually. It reminds me of the Vapor Weave that was on the Vaporfly. So that's what it kind of reminds me. Super breathable. Around the heel, it's a little bit of padding, not too much, but not too little. The tongue is barely there, which you want from a racing shoe. And on the outsole, which this kind of reminds me of the Asics Meta Racer. See that? Very similar, no? That's got the Asics grip on it. This has got this big slab of rubber there. And you've got the exposed light strike and then couple of bits of place there just to give you that little bit of grip. It's quite a high stack. You do notice that when you put them on. So I can't remember what the number was. What was I say? It was 35. Feels higher than that. But yeah, the overall fit's great actually. I really do like the fit. and the overall feel of the shoe as you put it in terms of comfort, I think it's actually okay for a racing shoe. So where do we start? Okay, right. When I first tried this shoe, I hated it. I'm not going to lie, I thought this is the worst carbon plated shoe other than the Cloud Boom that I've tried. It felt sort of dead. It felt high. It felt hard. And it felt a bit boring. And that was, you know, when I first started in it, and I thought, what am I going to do? This is a bit of a problem. But I kept with it, and I tell you why I kept with it, because there was a little bit of something that was in there when I was running along in them, that it was that sort of, I don't know, I could just feel a little bit of it trying to help me, even though I hated it. So I kind of persevered with it. And I've got to be honest with you, it's turned on me 360. I am really enjoying this shoe a lot more than I was expecting. There's no rocker feeling through the shoe. It's a very sort of, you land, and don't forget where I'm striking, I'm sort of landing on this plate here and it's pushing me onto those rods. So there's like these rods that go through this, right? That's how they sort of work. And they sort of work with your feet about getting that propulsion through. So it's a different way of doing it, but there's a carbon plate in the heel. So you're getting the snap there into there. That's how this works. But it doesn't feel like you've got a rocker. You don't feel like you've got the speed roll. You don't feel like you've got the whatever it's called on the Brooks. I can't remember what the Brooks call it. But I don't feel like I'm rolling through the shoe. I feel like I'm bouncing and snapping. And that's got better the more I've got used to running in them. I found that a best foot strike for me is about here in this shoe, actually, because then I feel like I just feel like I'm getting both of the benefits of both the shoe. And I think that's kind of why it's working more for me, because I've moved away from being a heel strike and I've moved more to this point. I'm kind of getting the benefit of both worlds, and that may not suit a lot of people because, you know, you're probably either a heel striker or you're somebody who runs towards here. I've been sort of working hard to move more here, and that's why I think it may be working for me. The light strike is not soft at all. It looks like you're going to get a big soft cushioning here, but it's not. It's actually, it feels a lot firmer when you're running in it than it looks. But I've actually enjoyed that, and I prefer running in a firmer shoe because of my pronation that comes in. Anything that's too soft, for example, the Fuelcell RC, I sort of collapse in. But I haven't found that with this, and actually I think that's one of the benefits for me. Because of the firmness, I've not been collapsing in on it, and it's allowed me to get a little bit more, because I'm not losing it here and then sort of then trying to go off. I'm actually going down and then coming up through it, and it just seems to be working for me. And that's the key takeaway from it, is that I first hated it because it just felt lifeless and dead. But the more I've run in it, the more it's kind of come to life. And it's really surprised me, because I was not expecting to like this shoe. And that's maybe because of my history with Adidas in total. Where does it sit for me in terms of the other shoes? Well, obviously, like I said, if you've not seen the video, check it out on the RC. It sits above that for me. I would use this over longer periods, longer runs than that. You know, that for me is limited now to short runs because of the sort of collapsing in on the inside. It's not in the same league as the Alphafly. It's on par-ish in terms of use. I would say, where are they? To these, the Brooks, actually. That's a very similar sort of place in my rotation that they sit. I'll do a video comparing the two because they come at it again a little bit different. I talked about it a second ago with the rolling. I like that feeling from the Brooks, and I like the DNA Flash. But actually, as a marathon shoe, this actually does offer me something. I don't know whether I would use this for, you know, a race, or, you know, even if you put the Pro into play. But if I was looking to maybe, it's not just do a marathon, which just sounds stupid in itself. But if it was just a marathon, not necessarily an A race that I just wanted to get done, then I would probably stick this on, you know. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing. And I think if you're looking for a carbon plated shoe, first, if you like Adidas, I think, you know, you definitely want to have a look at it. But if you're looking for something that has got a fair amount of help from the heel to the front, it's got the sort of firmer ride than some of the other shoes out there, Zoom X, in the Alphafly and stuff like that, and the Fuelcell, then maybe this is one to look at. Yeah, so it's kind of grown on me. It's been a real surprise. I know I've sort of gone on too long about it in this video, but I definitely think you should not discount this shoe versus some of the others out there.